We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Detroit Pistons taking on the defending NBA champions, the Chicago Bulls. We're continuing to soldier on without the services of Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, he went down a few weeks back, and there's no sign of him returning anytime soon.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Detroit, the athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Bogdanovich out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Johnson in at the three. You know, certain teams, Chris, look fantastic during the regular year, but once they get to the playoffs, they really struggle. They can't seem to find themselves. Why is that?
Well, one thing is that certain teams are just built to win regular season games. You can hone in on a team for 7 games. Can they make an adjustment? Can they play together? In the playoffs, you need star power that's working together. You need everyone on the same page. What you did during the season no longer works in the playoffs. How can the coaches, how can your teammates, how can you make everyone better and adjust at the same time? If you're lacking in any area, you're vulnerable.
They become exposed, don't they?
You become exposed because what you do every night may not be an advantage against the team that you're about to play in a 7-game stretch. Yeah, definitely. Teams are vulnerable. You have to hone in and, again, be the best version of you so you can adapt to any situation in that game.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Markkanen passes to Allen. Over Johnson. Allen, that's good.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Here's Griffin after the made shot from Allen. That shot by Griffin, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time. Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Here's Griffin after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Dellavedova kicks to Drummond. Clock at 6. Stolen by Markkanen. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Dunn's running. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
They've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dellavedova finds Griffin. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Back to Dellavedova. 5 to shoot. Johnson outside. Over Allen. Detroit, no good that time either.
And the cold start gets a little colder. Just 1 for 4 to start the game.
Johnson over to help. And stolen by Drummond. Dellavedova with the ball. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Drummond in the post, defended by Carter. And it's Drummond missing.
No flow to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 for 5 from the floor to start the game.
Allen against Johnson. Allen in the post. Bogdanovich against LaVine. Allen for 3. The shot, no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a sloppy effort? I mean, turnovers were a huge issue. Now, they don't have to play safe tonight, but they do have to play smart.
Kick out to LaVine. Puts it up from 12. And again, Chicago. No good. Pistons trail by 6. And here is Dellavedova. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's good. 2 points.
A big problem for the defensive side. I mean, once Griffin gets established, he's comfortable shooting the ball.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And boy, when you think about what the Bulls were in the 90s, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Rodman, I mean, a group that could suffocate you on both ends.
Here in the late stages of March, the range for teams in the power rankings has really solidified. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they've just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said that one problem with this team is the shot blocking. He said we've got to play unselfishly, make the extra pass to punish defenders for rotating over, and above all, we have to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Kevin?
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. They might have to try a few different approaches till they find one that works.
Well, Greg, I think the best approach is a solid motion offense, a lot of back cuts, ball movement side to side. Against a team with this kind of defense, good movement is always the key to breaking them down.
And here is Dellavedova after the three-pointer from Allen. Johnson surveying the floor. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul. Here's Griffin. Last game we saw him score 14. 6 to shoot. Pass to Dellavedova. Overdone.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
And no good. His first shot of the night, missing. It's Allen on the wing. Outside, Levine. Markkanen kicks to Allen. To the wing right side. Dunn passes to Allen. Bulls with the first shot clock. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. To the middle. Griffin finds Dellavedova. Knocks it loose. Uncovered. Allen with the rebound. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Dunn passes to Allen. Over Johnson. Again, Allen missing. Pistons trail by 9. Bogdanovich looking around. Pass to Johnson. Fires the three. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. There's the dish to Allen. To the left side wing. Markkanen. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. You know, Chris, the shot motion for Lauri Markkanen so smooth. He shoots like a guard.
Well, it's just simple. He has a quick release. He can hit on the move, too, and that's what you like about it. He can shoot off the step back. He has a few escape combos. You like his game.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Marjanovic checked in for Carter. Parker comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Evans, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Chris Dunn. Pistons trailed by 14. And the pass to Griffin. Out to Morris, trying to get something going. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Atlanta Hawks. Allen's shot is off.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Evans against Thomas. Morris outside. Latrey It's hauled in by the Bulls. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Parker in the corner. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Chris, do you think hustle is a skill? And if you do, or want to even tackle that, who are some of the guys that you think hustle is as much as any players in the league?
Not only is hustle a skill, but your motor and hustle is the most underrated skill in basketball, I believe. Think about Draymond Green's impact in Oakland.
Yes.
What he's done for that team. How about a Patrick Beverly, a Marcus Smart, a Kawhi Leonard? These guys definitely can change the pace of the game, especially in the playoffs where every possession matters and the fans are hung on every movement that you do. The fans are waiting and anticipating every play, and all they want is someone to do something so they can get up and get excited. Well, nothing gets a crowd more excited than diving on the floor, saving a possession for your team, you getting a layup on the other end, and these are the guys I would bet first that would make a play like that happen.
Skill indeed. Good point. Moutier kicks to Allen. Out to Parker. Allen finds Parker. Back to Allen. And that's a foul called on Henry Ellenson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's already his 2nd foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
Out to Parker. Pulls up from the corner. Chicago keeps it going. A new 24-second clock. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Pistons trail by 14. Galloway, the pass to Thomas. And here is Morris. Passes it to Galloway. It's stolen by Marjanovic. It's Evans on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. And again, no good by Chicago.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Evans. Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game. One thing Blake Griffin's teammates, Chris, talk about is the leadership he brings the team.
This is a role he's comfortable in. A 5-time All-Star. He's a hard worker, mature, and that's something every team needs.
Free throw good, Drummond.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the 2nd. A nice way to get your offense going.
On the court for the Pistons, they've got Matthew Dellavedova. Ellenson is out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Bogdanovic in at the 2 spot.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Now Dellavedova still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Thursday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, the Milwaukee Bucks will come into town.
And for that matchup with the Clippers, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And then Carter with the jam.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Dellavedova kicks to Drummond. Johnson, the pass to Bogdanovic. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Down against Johnson. Carter at the elbow. Pass to Allen. Up top, Markkanen. 7 points in the game, and it's good. 2 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's an 18-point game. Stolen by Markkanen. Allen outside. Inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
Down low, it's tipped. It's stolen by Carter. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And let's see some of the numbers here on Lauri Markkanen. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break, averaging 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
And again, Detroit turns it over. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Hawks was all business. He finished with 51 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
I mean, well, it should have taken all the energy out of him. It should have taken something out of him, Greg. I mean, he pushed the envelope in every way that night. He was unreal.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Stanley Johnson. Griffin against Markkanen. Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Carter. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Johnson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. Whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. So in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to in Sacramento later in my career, it would be 1 practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
For Chicago, they have been excellent at the free throw line. Here today, a flawless 6 for 6. See, Webb, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game of basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vladi or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. And so many of us speak up on societal issues just because we made it doesn't mean that our friends and family are out of those situations. We're not in a bubble in which we don't see how those issues affect us, our family, or our friends. And so just because we're blessed with basketball abilities, sporting abilities, does not mean that we're exempt from the problems in society. And if we have a platform and can speak out, why not? And I'm very proud of what guys in the league has done, whether it's LeBron James and his scholarship program, or whether it's Chris Paul and others, or Steve Kerr speaking up for societal issues. For me, it's refreshing, but it also is in the lineage of the greats that started this game in basketball, speaking up for the voiceless.
Here's Dunn after the basket by Detroit. 16 feet away, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And it's 13 points for Wendell Carter. Dellavedova finds Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Griffin against Carter. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
It's hard to tie Griffin down. Even when you hit him, he takes pride in outworking the defense.
Bulls making a switch here. Blakeney's checked in. The Bulls leading by 22. Dunn passes to Carter. Griffin against Markkanen. Back to Allen. Markkanen down low. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Markkanen's got 7 points here in this quarter. And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Griffin kicks to Drummond. Over Carter. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
I think he lets the D get to him there, and he rushes it. I mean, he has plenty of space there if he just takes his time.
1:33 left in the first half of the game. Allen passes to Blakeney. 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Fades away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's 12 points for Allen.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Now the pass to Bogdanovic. 1:04 left in the first half of basketball.
And you really got to whack Bogdanovic to stop the basket. I mean, he's that skilled of a finisher.
Some changes for Chicago. Marjanovic checked in for Carter. Parker comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Moutier in for Chris Dunn. Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Langston Galloway comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Parker's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Here's Blakeney, covered by Morris. And they pick up 2. Blakeney's got 8.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Knocked away. Stolen by Allen. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's tipped. Griffin looking around. In the corner, it's Morris. Back to Griffin. With 1 on the clock, and the shot goes in. Griffin's got 5 points now this quarter.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the... And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Wendell Carter in this one.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Allen in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Allen after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Now here's Bogdanovic. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. The second effort. It's not going to go for him. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Allen kicks to Carter. Passes to Dunn. Now here's Allen, defended by Dellavedova, and Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here are the Bulls now. Goes up the baseline. That's good from Dunn on the assist from Carter. Carter's got his 3rd assist on the night. Dellavedova is scanning the floor. He dishes it to Griffin. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. 6 to shoot. Steps back and shoots. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Basket good. And it's 13 points for Lauri Markkanen.
And when Markkanen is making this, it boosts his aggressiveness, and it helps him fire up, too.
Bogdanovich against Allen. Goes up to the stripe. Offensive rebound. And Drummond is right there.
Now, the energy Drummond has on the glass, it's really ridiculous. He's a spark plug, a real spark plug.
Allen against Johnson. Here's Levine. And it's sent back by Drummond. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Johnson. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Carter. The Bulls leading by 23. Well, C-Web, Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
His off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear, but that hasn't stopped him from beasting on the court here in the association. And Blake Griffin's drastically cutting down his mid-range jumpers. I mean, think about this. Instead of just mid-range, he's stepping out beyond the three-point range. But I guess the percentages stack up in his favor.
And the Pistons making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Now here's Levine. He's got 9.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Here's Dellavedova. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Blake Griffin said he isn't going to fall in love with a three-point shot. But, Chris, he wants to shoot it with confidence when he's left open.
I mean, think about power forwards in today's game. I mean, they're almost expected to have three-point range. He's still a threat in the paint, though. I don't ever think he'll be a spread forward, but certainly a welcome addition to his game.
Chicago making a switch here. Evans is checked in. Here's Thomas. Markkanen pulls it in.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Allen outside. To the inside. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Evans has got 5 now.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Dellavedova kicks to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. Griffin goes in. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Allen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Levine wide open. He doesn't hit that one. And Detroit the other way now. Johnson with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Drummond. Over Carter. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 19 points for Andre Drummond.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Allen against Johnson. Now here's Markkanen. He's guarded closely. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chicago. Henry Ellenson's checked in for the Pistons. On defense, the Pistons. To the middle. Here's Allen. Griffin with some nice D.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Thomas. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Misses off the left iron.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Dellavedova, that's good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And so Allen will bring it up for the Bulls. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Now here is Dellavedova, defended by Allen. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And let's take a look now at Blake Griffin's numbers. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break. Right around 21 points per, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring is probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just
Morris. Shooting 1.
Free throw good for Morris.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Allen against Morris. Here's Moutier. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks.
And for that game against the Timberwolves, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Blakeney. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Galloway finds Morris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. Dunn, he's checked in for Moutier. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Andre Drummond's checked in for Ellenson. And Chicago shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Allen against Morris. Here's Blakeney. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Blakeney's got 7 now in this quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Galloway, the pass to Drummond. Here's Bogdanovich. Detroit, no good that time either.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
Point guard with major hops. Give Dunn room to fly. He will not disappoint.
And, well, Detroit shooting 43% for the game. Galloway kicks to Griffin. And Parker with the block. And he's able to get it back. The shot's good. And that's now 18 points for Blake Griffin. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And the pass to Dunn. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Allen kicks to Dunn. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. And that'll be his third foul so far. Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Parker with the steal. Jumps up. And Allen slams it in.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And here's Bogdanovich. 5 points in the game. Good on the bucket. Bogdanovich has got his third basket of the night.
The IQ of Bogdanovich is impressive. It's clear he's comfortable operating in the pick and roll.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. Down low, Allen. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Dunn kicks to Allen. Blakeney passes to Allen. 3 seconds left. He takes it up and lays it in. Allen's got 20.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
And so it's Chicago, out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Drummond. Evans out there with Brown. And it's Hayward in at the power forward. Allen's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Back to Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Evans against Dunn. Evans feeling it out a bit. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him. Chris, in football, you have the franchise tag. It allows a team to keep a superstar by delaying his free agency. Would that work in the NBA?
I'm not sure if that would work in the NBA. It would be what else would reward this player in the franchise tag? Does it allow freedom for other players to come? I think that we're going to have to address some of these issues as time goes on, especially in a place like Golden State where they have so many great players there. But one of the great things about the NBA is the freedom of movement. And I don't think that we've seen really any teams get hurt too bad by the superstar leaving if they've acknowledged he's going to leave and made a trade for him. It is when that they don't acknowledge, a la Orlando with Shaq, a la a couple of other teams, they don't acknowledge that this guy may leave, that you truly end up with nothing. So I'm not sure about that franchise tag yet, Kevin. The NBA's doing great. Players are moving around, and we're going to need some other teams to combat the dominant team overall.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Here is Hayward. And here's Brown outside. Allen with the rebound. Chicago again turning it over.
No pressure being put on him, and he sails the pass right out of bounds.
Detroit making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Evans kicks to Brown. Here's Drummond. And that's an air ball. Not even close.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Felicio, the pass to Allen. Over Hayward. In close. The jumper from Allen. Allen's got 24 points.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Hayward dishes to Evans. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big men. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy. I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, you know, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
And just an outstanding recognition by Drummond, rolling like a boulder to the rim and getting the ball in the perfect spot.
Dunn kicks to Allen. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
Moutier, he's checked in for Chicago. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Johnson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And at 6'7", Johnson has the height to bang down low. He's terrific at getting quality shots in the post.
Allen against Hayward. Felicio, the pass to Allen. True on the 14-footer. Allen's got 16 points here in the second half.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Johnson down low. That shot off. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Hutchison passes to Allen. To the paint, and stolen by Drummond. Hayward against Allen. Hayward outside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in, and Detroit with a change here too. Ellenson's checked in. Chicago on defense. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Moutier kicks to Allen. Lays it up off the glass. Allen's got 30.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Evans outside. Hayward finds Evans. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That's his first foul. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. So, Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
Passes it to Ellenson. Over Valentine. Ellenson's shot is off. Bulls have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Allen, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Allen's got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Evans. Denzel Valentine, another tough, high IQ player, Greg, out of Michigan State.
Yeah, 4-year player for the Spartans. He knows how to play the game of basketball and has the versatility to impact the game in a variety of ways.
Hayward against Allen. Thomas. That one goes in.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
The Bulls shooting a superb 63% from the field. Got a piece of it. Allen left side. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Each team has one inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Web, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
Galloway kicks to Hayward. Now Ellenson pass to Drummond. Out to Hayward. Lots of room. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Love seeing the offense run through the big man. Drummond with great vision and terrific feet.
Moutier passes to Marjanovic. Valentine with it, defended by Drummond. Launches a three. Good on the three-point shot. Blakeney's got 12 points here in the second half.
Knocks down his second three of the half. I mean, he had two of them in the first half also, doing some solid work from deep.
A slam dunk by Thomas.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Here's Moutier. Pass to Marjanovic. To the paint. Here's Allen. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Allen's got 37.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficiently.
Galloway taking his time here. To the wing on the left. Drummond dishes to Ellenson, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Chicago's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Allen outside. Blakeney kicks to Allen. Blakeney passes to Allen. Here's Blakeney. Defended by Hayward. Blakeney misses.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
I don't know, but one thing I do know is that he'll hear about that shot during the next time out. Great work to find the space to get off the open jumper. He's going to work hard for those.
Here's Allen. No good that time. And the Pistons now going the other way. Marjanovic kicks to Moutier. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Marjanovic finds Allen. Right wing. Moutier passes to Allen. Clock at 4. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Compared to when you were playing, C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. It's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana. But those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with a mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like it.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Allen.
Well, it's easy to look at his scoring as the key to this win, but there's so much more to it than that. It's a triple-double. He got it done everywhere.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Yeah, Greg, and don't forget about hustle and determination on the glass. I mean, that's what it's all about. He's setting a great example out there.
And stolen by Hayward. Here's Galloway. And so Chicago takes this one.